Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Friday, the 3rd of July, 2020, and today I will be live for 112 minutes. Gotta love that, the way YouTube... Well, actually, it's not the YouTube thing, it's the YouTube app on an iPhone. I've got it playing over there, as you can see, and I've turned the volume all the way to the bottom. And I start my stream, and then the moment something comes up on the screen, it turns the volume back up. Brilliant, huh? Great little thing there. And my intro piece isn't long enough to get the stream to start at the same time. I've got to always make sure I'm ready for it, but a little bit annoying. But folks, today on the stream, we're going to do something that, well, I don't have much knowledge of. I'm going to be honest. It's the beauty community here on YouTube, the beauty community. I don't have any knowledge of that because I don't have much beauty myself. In fact, you know, I don't do much to sort of like make up myself or anything. I don't mind a little bit of eyeliner every now and then as I'm being a bit of a fool. But you haven't had a haircut for who knows how long. In fact, I think I'm going to do a haircut live on this channel. The kids are coming down in about a week and a half. And I've booked in a haircut with Claudia. So maybe we'll take that outside and we'll do a haircut live on this stream. But yeah, I don't know much about this. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't know much about it. I kind of know sort of what happened, and I'd like you to help me with if you can fill me in on the blanks. But we do have the Shane Dawson situation we want to take a look at. We're going to watch his response video. Then we're going to watch the one after it from this Tati woman. And then we're going to try to dissect everything. But we're going to get into that sort of slowly, right? I want to ease our way in here because, like I said, this is a huge topic, and it's a topic that I'm not 100% certain of. So let me go to my chit chat and say good day to the chat first, because this is what's going to help me along, obviously. Back up at the top, I began with hello, the internet. And I left out a little bit later this morning. I normally come in about an hour before a stream just to see who's there. And today I was actually watching Black Mirror. And I woke up and I was like, no, this episode's too good. So I came in a little later. Mindy's always up there. Nice. Mindy, I really appreciate you being in there. I know it's good timing for you as well in the evening, but I appreciate you swinging in. You're always up there first with me. Good evening. I asked you how your evening's going. She said she's making tea. We're talking about what kind of tea in particular. I'm a huge fan of the English breakfast tea as well, but I just have mine, I guess, raw, I suppose. Just the tea and a splash of, or a big splash of milk, no sugar. Again, for me, that's just a personal thing. It helps me to, start the process down there if you feel it. I only have one in the morning, and that gets me clean for the day. Except if something else happens, and we don't want to talk too quick and too early about that on a YouTube stream for the reason we may get dinged. You got a 3-day weekend, heck yeah, and Celeste is coming into town as well. You're gonna have a great time. I know you guys really enjoy hanging out together, so you're gonna have a good time. 3-day weekend's rad. And then we see the Punisher in the chit chat. Now this is Saif from DLive. Saif, this cheers is for you, my friend. Even though we don't really do these cheerses so much on the YouTube, I'm going to start that, or we do it every now and then, but it's nice to see the YouTube and the DLive crossing over, right? There's a wall between these two in a lot of senses, and me personally, if I'm being honest, I don't really like streaming on YouTube. I don't really enjoy it. I'm going to persist with it though. I'm going to persist. I understand how important it is. I understand what it does for a channel, or what it can possibly do for a channel, but I don't really like it. If I had my way, how could I word this and not get the wrong message across? I would like YouTube to be more like DLive, and I would like DLive to be more like YouTube. Does that make sense? In a number of different manners. Like, let's just say DLive had the viewers that YouTube has, yet it was still DLive. Now that would be insanely cool. And on the flip side, let's just say YouTube had the cool community and the cool vibe that DLive has. Well, that would make YouTube cool. at the moment, they're both kind of different. I would favor D Live hands down over YouTube. I was watching a who was it? I was watching a big name on YouTube recently. They were talking about, I think his name's Gungaman. He's a actually no, it wasn't Some Ordinary Gamer. That's the gunman style. No, it's not that channel. I remember it's not Some Ordinary Gamer. That's the channel with the Gungan. I can't remember his handle, but it wasn't him. It was someone else. It might have been. It doesn't matter who it was, but they were saying they were talking of YouTube in the same way I'd speak of D Live in regards to. I remember him saying, well, and this was in regards to this Shane Dawson situation. He was saying, well, if often the CEO of YouTube will jump on live streams and start talking with people and helping them get through situations. And I was like, what? The CEO of YouTube does that. Susan Wojcicki will jump on a live stream. And I was thinking, who do I know on YouTube that's ever seen her? Who do I know? I don't know anybody. Like, she might make a meeting with Casey Neistat or with David Dobrik or any of the other huge names, but would she swing in my chat and say, oh, by the way, I wanted to give you a heads up about this or that? Fuck no. Not a chance, right? But the way that this creator was talking about it was that happens all the time. And maybe it does for the upper reaches of YouTube. But that's what I'm saying. I wish that YouTube was more like D Live, and I wish that D Live was more like YouTube in many different ways. That's not what I wanted to talk about, but I mean, here I am. I'm going to be doing July every day of the month. This month, for July, I'm going to be live every single day on this channel at the same time. And this is a program that was begun by Danny Black. I'm going to put his handle in the chat right now if you want to go and pay some respects. By the way, if you do go over to his channel and say, I heard about your July thing, let him know where you're coming from. Let him know to feel the gives love, right? Because the guy hates me and he's blocked me, but this is his concept. This is his idea. He's not doing it. He's only done it once. I'm doing it again for the second year in a row. He didn't do it. But if you want to go and support the guy, by all means. I'm not saying don't go over there. In fact, I'm encouraging you to go over there. But if you do, like I say with anybody, whenever you come from the gives a minute, whatever it is, feel the gives love, right? This is a two-way street. This is Danny's idea. I'm running with it. He's not. I'm on his street right now using his vehicle. Does that work? I'm using Danny's vehicle. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. I mean, look, and by the way, this drama that we're going to be seeing here in the beauty community, it's not untoward or it's not dissimilar to the drama that I'm facing right now. You saw, I don't know if you were in the D live stream yesterday, but you saw I'm still getting this crap from Jay Boston. I'm still getting this element of this attack, right? This never-ending attack from these people that either they can't allow me to succeed, or they're so insecure with themselves that they want what I've got, and the fact that I'm getting it, they'll push me down until they think that I don't deserve it. They'll push me right back down. And to that note, I want to go on record here as saying, I want to make a correction, and I'm going to make a daily vlog about this today as well. In my daily vlog yesterday that I shot during the D Live, so I was live on D Live and the daily vlog turned up and I had to do a daily vlog. It was just after that Jay Boston stuff popped off on the stream, and I misspoke in that daily vlog, and I made an annotation in the description field of that video, which comes out tonight. The annotation is that I incorrectly said that Jay Boston doxed my address. Now, that's incorrect because the handle Jay Boston YouTuber did not dox my address. So when I said Jay Boston did it, that's a misspeak, and I wanted to correct that. And I will correct it again on a daily vlog so that it goes on record. In that initial daily vlog, that's there, right? That's a 4-minute clip, which is not editable. I don't edit my daily vlogs. And I say, Jay Boston doxed my address and then doxed my living situation and try to make me look bad in my chat about where I'm living and who I live with. He didn't actually dox the address. The handle, Jay Boston YouTuber, did not do that. I want to make that exactly clear. Now, I've got my speculations and I've got my concerns and I've got some sort of well, I'm not going to go any deeper into that, but I've got my I've got my speculations on who's behind this, and I just wanted to say that the handle J Boston YouTuber did not do that. No one's told me to say that. I watched that daily vlog last night when I was putting the little time code at the bottom. I was like, wait a second. I went back and watched the clip. It's like, no. You can't. If you're gonna put that out there into the universe, it's got to be clear what you're saying. You're not saying the handle J Boston YouTuber did not dox my address. That's what I want to be clear about. Now keep going in the chat here. So that's the Punisher from DLive, known as Safe. And I like that you told me that it's you, dude, because when you see a separate handle over on a different platform, often you're like, well, hang on, who is this? Like, I sometimes people talk to me and they're like, do you remember who I am? I'm like, no, but I've never seen your handle before. But now that you've told me it's Safe, I'll try to link those two things together and combine my knowledge and my memory that you're Safe from DLive up here in my YouTube chat, which I'm loving. Nice to see you too, mate. Yeah, then you asked about times, and I gotta give props, dude. It's 3 a.m. for you, man. What? Look, go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. I was gonna say, don't waste your time with this. I appreciate you being here, but it's 3 freaking a.m. Right? Like, I appreciate you, man, totally. But 3 a.m. I don't deserve that, right? Go to sleep. Get the Z's, because otherwise, I know how I feel when I don't get enough sleep. I feel terrible the next day, and I make bad decisions, and things go strange. Get some Z's. Come back when it's more realistic, when I'll be on DLive, and then we'll have a good time. But totally appreciate you, man. Totally appreciate you. And you appreciate the content. Thank you very much. That's the two. And yeah, we even said it there together. That's the two-way street. Snap. I got you. I got him. We got 4 crew up in here nice and early. Mindy's there. It's always fun. 4 crew. What was the 4th crew? You guys are talking about where you're from. Punisher's in the United Arab Emirates. Mindy's in the USA and Missouri. Fun runs fast. It's been 1 month since Safe followed me on DLive. Been a month already, dude. What? I mean, that's rad, dude. That's rad. 1 whole month you've been there. Thank you, buddy. So it's 8 a.m. when you watch me on DLive. 8 a.m. Wow, man. I mean, it's 9 a.m. here now for me, and this is the time that I would rather not live stream at this time. It feels weird to me. Yeah, I like streaming in the afternoon when my day is done and I can just kind of like unwind and relax. Whereas now it's the beginning of my day. I got a lot on today too. By the way, today I'm putting everything back in Stevan, streaming from Stevan. Now you won't see streaming from Stevan until the end of this month, but I'm going to be out there testing that crap, getting it all sorted. That's happening today. Mindy likes the cap game. The cap game's fun. I really dig it. I really dig the cap game. It's so cool how that came about too. Like it wasn't a thing that I said, this is my DLive stream and we're going to play the cap game. That wasn't how it came about at all. In fact, it was the opposite. I was like, well, I want to listen to some music here so you guys can enjoy it with me. And I used to just sit back, put the music on. Oh, this is that band that I photographed, or this is the band that so-and-so's in it. And then we just listened to more music. And then I was like, maybe I'm going to cover up the, I'm going to turn my head and then I'm going to try to guess the artist and see how I go. And then the cap came in and said, you know what, man? This is kind of fun watching you guess, but it'd be way more interactive if you let us guess. Yes, dude. And that's why it's called the cap game. The Punisher, he even hosted me once. Dude, you came in, Safe came in as a strong recommendation from Danako. And I was like, you know what, man? Danako, if you're recommending someone, heck yeah. We went over immediately, man. I'll host you again anytime, dude. Oh, Perdbeard's up in the house. Perdbeard, you might have been the 4th. I didn't see you swing in, man. Good to see you, Perdsky. How do you do? Welcome to the stream. Perdbeard, message retracted. Oh, shit. Message retracted. That always scares me when I see that. Oops, hang on, back up. Chat just jumped. Oh, shit. Perdbeard says, Where's Perdbeard? So, I got good news that I'm going back to German school next week or the week after. There you go. So things are opening up. Wonder why there's 3 dislikes. Pfft. I mean, the point with the likes and dislikes is so that you can gauge how a community responds to something, right? We know that there's haters here. We know that there's crew here that watch my every move just to bring me down. So of course there's going to be haters. Like I'm used to that. I don't even look at that. I'm not turning it off though, right? I'm not turning that off. I think if you turn off your likes and dislikes, it's very disingenuous to your audience. I know, and you all know, that there's haters out there. The lovers are way stronger than the haters though. Way stronger. I mean, look at the community I've got here. Look at what I've built on DLive and here on YouTube. That just kills all the dislikes. Forget about them. Forget about them. They're fucking nothing. 3-day weekend starts tomorrow, Mindy says. Yeah, there you go. Safe just changed his handle. Oh, Punisher. So you're no... Oh, you just changed it. Okay, cool. Well, I don't mind either. I don't mind... Hang on. Now, are you going to have the Punisher? You're going to have Safe? You're going to have Safe Ahmed? And you're also going to have Safe on DLive? Now I'm getting confused. Why do you have your DLive chat on? My DLive chat? I don't have a DLive chat on. I watch beauty channels, Mindy. So you'll know about this, Mindy. You'll know about this crew, right? I mean, I know a little bit about them, not much. Tommy Day. Hello, Tommy Day. Are you multi-streaming on DLive simultaneously? No, I do not. I do not multi-stream. I do not restream. Tommy Day, good to see you, buddy. Nice to have you. Nice to know you. That cheese is for you. I don't restream. The point of it is that in my mind, restreaming is great for certain things, such as gamers and maybe people that don't have any platform loyalty, right? Now, you might say, well, platform loyalty is a bit stupid, man, because what if the platform goes away? Yeah, I get that. That's why I've got 2 platforms, YouTube and DLive. Now, I'm going to give my attention, my undivided attention, to either one when I'm on that platform. Here on YouTube, people might stumble in, and if suddenly there's lemons and diamonds and mayonnaise and wow and all that crap, they'll be like, this is the only time I see this on YouTube. What the hell is this? I'm unsubscribing, right? And likewise, over on DLive, if a super chat comes up, they're going to be like, what the hell's a super chat? So I made a decision to specifically target my streams for the audiences, for the platform. That's why I only do a weekly stream on YouTube. Now, July is different. I'm doing Julive, live every day in the month of July. This is a program begun by Danny Black, not my concept. The idea of Julive, Danny Black came up with that idea. His channel's in the chat right now. If you want to go and give him some respect, say thank you for the idea of Julive. Also, let him know where you're coming from. Feel the gives love. But when I do daily streams on DLive, it's specific to DLive. But Tommy Day, thanks for asking. I like DLive better because I can give you lemons. I get that, and I'm not asking for any donations. I never ask for donations, but here on DLive, here on YouTube, it's a different situation. That's just the game, the name of the game. So yeah, I appreciate you asking. I appreciate you saying that. Benny Crawford, good morning, Benon. G'day, Benny. How do you do, man? Dude, you know what I was gonna do? I gotta do it. I gotta go and get an X-ray. Next week, I'm gonna go to the doctor. I'm gonna go and get an X-ray. This rib shouldn't still be hurting right now. Should it? I don't know. Been too long. Been too long. It makes sense. I can't stand the way YouTube demonetizes people for politically correct opinions. It's not a free open platform. And no, it's not. And it's getting worse. Getting worse, right? Tim's in the house. G'day, Timski. Cheers, my friend. How do you do? Good to see you, buddy. Nice to have you. Nice to know you. Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim. Shyla Rose in the house. Good morning, all. Hello, Shyla. How do you do? Good to see you. I've got to have a sip of this. It's nice to see you up there, Charlotte. Nice to see everybody up there. I hope you are all well, Tim says. I'm just laying back in bed taking hours to slowly wake. Wow, that's a good way to wake up, right? Nice and chillaxed. Nice and chill. Good morning, Tim. Tommy Day, can you block the haters? How are they allowed to harass you? Does YouTube or other platforms help you? They need to be held account for trying to ruin your channel. See, the thing is, I've got the process in place now. On DLive, it's just a case of ignoring, deleting and muting and moving on. Yesterday was a different example though, because Jay Boston came in with his handle, and I know the guy personally, and he tried to bring me down during during a time when I was doing the right thing, giving people free music, trying to promote my music for free to people, Jay grabbed that opportunity to try to slice me down, take me down a notch. And that's why we discussed it in detail on the stream, because my chat was seeing him and he was giving the bad vibe to my chat, trying to bring me down through his comments in my chat. So that's why we addressed it. Normally, and I've got this process in place for quite some time now, normally I don't even entertain that shit. Just let him go, you know? If you're going to be a dick in my chat, delete and move on. Done. I used to go and give them all an opportunity. Oh, you're good. I'll give you the chance to prove yourself. You're good. I'll just time you out. Now I just don't care, right? I don't care. We've gone to the point now where we've established ourselves. We've established our community. We've established what we're doing on DLive. We've got a substantial following. We've got the backing of the platform itself. We don't need to waste our time with losers. And so I just go ahead and move on. But yesterday was different. Yesterday was different. Perd Beer, from now on I shall be referred to as Poco Beer. Crazy beer. Is that what Perd stands for? Is that what Perd means in German? Crazy beer? Poco Crazy Beer is cool. What sleep says safe? I don't sleep very well either, I gotta tell you. I don't sleep very well at all. Back up in the chat, Perd Beer, safe. Hello, Mindy's channel, smiling. All the hardcore crew is here, minus Hendrik. Yeah, Hendrik's probably still asleep or still up from last night. It's too early for Hendrik to be up. No, it's too late for him because he's just gone to bed from last night. The Cap is so talented. Love his work. That reminds me, Charlotte, I've got to make that new merch. The Cap did a great like a sci-fi superhero rendition of my logo, and I'm making that into merch, and I haven't had a chance to because of a wave a day and now July, but I got time. I'm gonna do that. Is this live now? Your stream on DLive is different. Tommy Day, yes, I'm live right now. What? Yeah, I'm live on DLive. I'm live on YouTube right now. This is part of July. Every day for the month of July, I'll be live at this time on YouTube. It's early morning for me. Later on in the day, I will do my regular DLive. This is different. This is July. This is a concept began by Danny Black. I put his link in the channel, in the chat right now. If you want to go and say thanks for the concept of Julive. I'm watching it on Gives a Minute's channel. Feel the Gives love. Let him know where you're from. Smash the man with love because the guy hates me. So if you give him all the love that you can from me, it'll make him feel like a bit of a loser. Chicken Little, hello. G'day, Chicken Little. How do you do? Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to know you. Cheers, as Chicken Little. A rerun of, yeah, there's reruns on DLive. Oh, your stream on DLive is different. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you, Charlotte, for hitting that point. I missed that point, right? Yeah, of course. There's a rerun being played on DLive right now. Of course, yeah. I'm on mobile and sometimes I mistype, so I deleted it. That's why it was retracted. Gotcha, Perdbeat. Gotcha. Sar, Peter. Hello, Sar. How you going, man? Haven't seen you in a hot minute, dude. How goes it? It's good to see you. Good to have you. Good to know you. Charlotte Rose, thumbs up or thumbs down. Either way, YouTube recognizes it's traffic for the channel, so they are actually doing you. And that's we've known that forever. We've known that's the thing on YouTube. They want the interaction. They want eyes on streams. Even if the eye on the stream is simply to click a button, that's interaction on the side. So thank you for thumbing up or thumbing down. Thank you, Mindy. I always enjoy the show. The Wave a Day video series was amazing. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. And there will be another one. It's going to be a little while, but there will be another one. My focus is streaming from Steven. That's my focus. Tim, time to me to go mobile and take your youngest to work. No worries, Tim. We'll be here, man. We'll be here. There you go, Benny Crawford. Please do. Chicken Little, hi. Wesley, how you going, Wesley? Good to see you, buddy. How do you do? Cheerses. Wesley's up in the house. Do you watch the beauty channels? Wesley, hi, Charlotte Rose. Sometimes Minnie, not a good one to check out. Charlotte, I called Perd Poco by mistake. Oh, you called Perd Poco. Okay, sorry. So Perd is a little crazy, though. We know that. I only watch older women beauty channels, so not for you youngsters. I wish I was a youngster. I'll be 44 in August. I'm 45 in August. Beat ya. I beat ya, Charlotte. If I'm live, please hold up 3 fingers. Perd Beer, you don't think I'm live either? Oh shit, you're an OG like me. You should check out Dominique Sessions. So you guys talking about different beauty channels. Well, that's up to speed with the chat, folks. Now, I do take my time to get there. I think a live stream, as you know, a live stream involves chat. Without a chat, what do we got here? Not a lot, have we? So we got to make sure we engage the chat. Will do. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for the suggestion. Folks, what we're going to do here, we're going to take a pause. Now, I've already explained this, that for the month of July, I'm going to be promoting my album, The Armageddon. I've got a video. It runs for about 7 minutes. This video will explain the album. If you're new here, if you're new to this stream, or if you're watching the rerun, this video is only going to be valid, or the contents within this video will only be valid for the month of July. I don't need to explain it so much, but I'm going to play the video, and then I'm going to put a link in the chat, as I mentioned in the video. This is going to explain everything. And when we come back, we're going to get into the content, Shane Dawson situation. This will explain everything. My new album, The Armageddon. Welcome back to the... no, not a slightly random daily song at all. This is not slightly random, and this is not a song. This is a video to explain to you The Armageddon and how you can get your own copy of The Armageddon. Now, what's The Armageddon? It's my latest release. You know, I've been talking about the music I make under the moniker of That's Well, we've been discussing the latest recording. It's been taking place for the last little while. I'm happy to announce that today is release day, July 1, 2020. Why have I chosen the date July 1st for the release here? No reason except that everything kind of moved towards that being the end point of the recording process. And I figured for the whole month of July, I could promote this album, getting it into your hands. I want to give it to you for free. That's the thing. I want to give you the album for free. So as of today, and right through the whole month of July, there will be a link that I'll make clear to you either in the description here or in the chat. This is the link for you to go to and to nab the album for free, completely for free. You can download those MP3s and go to town. But the reason I want to talk to you more in detail about that is because I also want you to be able to get your hands on a hard copy if you want it. Now, you may not want this. You may just want the songs, and that's cool. But if you do want a hard copy of the album, you're gonna have to buy it, and it's not like you're buying it off a shelf. I'm only gonna print the amount that people order. So from July 1, let's say through to July 30, right? That's the whole month. That's the order process. So if you put your order in anytime in July, that means you are getting a hard copy of the album, but it hasn't been made yet. At the end of July, I will snap that process off, and if you've ordered, we'll go on and get those printed, and then I'll ship them to you. Now, the cost will be very, very negligible. I'm not looking to make money here. I'm not a musician. I'm a live streamer. I create content. I enjoy making music, but that's not the point of this. The point of it is to have a bit of a laugh. The only reason I want to do the hard copy is because last time with the second umming, so many people wanted a hard copy, and I only had 20 made. So this time, I'm not making them until I know how many are wanted. So if you do want to nab a hard copy, go to that link, do all the things there. While you're there, grab the download. This here is not the album. This is mocked artwork. This is the cover of the album, but that is not the actual album. On the album, there are a bunch of songs.
There was a time when I tried to explain. It was very blunt, but on the right track. I smoked him hard after a bottle of Jack. And what I said I would never take back. But he took it the way that a schoolboy would.
Without going too deep into the details, I recorded everything. Guitars, bass, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, vocals. You know Duncan, Buzz Kingo. On certain tracks, he came down here and helped out, added his little bit to it as well.
listed on the liner notes in the artwork. Another reason why you'd want to get a hard copy. Having Duncan down here to help out with the music was so rad. It was so much fun. But he's not the only guest to appear on the album. Out here in the ocean, one day I was surfing with a South African guy who was holidaying in the next door house. And after a bit of chit-chatting, we got hanging out. And he kind of said, oh, just curiously, do you happen to have an instrument? I mean, I've been missing the guitar. I play a bit of guitar. He came in, we had a jam, we wrote a song. It's on the album. That all came from surfing right here, just random surfing with a stranger.
It's looking for the dream. Today we're gonna feel like never before. Number 3, tomorrow the same.
Also featured on the album is the handiwork of Lachlan Sheehan. Now Lachlan is the sound engineer with Tracer. He did a beautiful, beautiful job at polishing a turd. He didn't just polish a turd, he rubbed that thing until it shone like Jupiter in all of its glory. Does Jupiter shine? I don't know, but whatever Lachlan did, he made this stuff way better than what it was. Lockie, dude, thank you so much, man. Go and have a listen to this and tell me this doesn't sound audibly, sonically insane. Lockie, yeah! There's also a few cover songs in here. Now, you guys wanted me to do 4 Non-Blondes, so I did that. That's in there.
Sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out, what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the
There's also a Pink Floyd cover. There's also an Omnis cover, right? I covered one of my own songs. The rest of that stuff is brand new material for you to enjoy. But that's not all. You know me and music. My favorite band is Ween. I love the band Ween. And so to make this release even more special, I recorded 20 covers of Ween songs, and it's on this album here. The point of me showing you that is, that's also for you as part of this package. When you download the album, The Armageddon, you get this as a bonus free disc. And if you order a hard copy of The Armageddon, you also get a hard copy of 10 more songs by Ween.
I don't know where you're coming from, but I wish you'd go away. And I don't know where you get your money from, but I wish I didn't have to be the one to pay, and I'm not sure how to say.
I've chosen to call it 10 more songs by Ween, but put 20 songs on there to be a little bit silly. But anyway, that's there for you as well. And I'll also throw in some Gives a Minute stickers for those hard copy orders. If you order a hard copy, you'll get some stickers. You'll get 3 things. You'll get the Armageddon, you'll get 10 more songs by Ween, you get a bunch of Gives a Minute stickers. I might even write a handwritten note on there for you as well. But you have to do it between now, July 1, and July 30. After July 30, there will be no more orders. Whatever it is, the number that we have, the amount, is what we go on order. There'll be about a month delay between when they get manufactured and when I can ship them to you. So if you order any time between now and the end of July, I would expect you to receive your copy of the Armageddon in September. That'd be the earliest. I'd say August will be the production, then there'll be the mail out. I reckon September you'd get it. That's why there's the download link to grab the music right now if you want it. Don't come to me after July and say, I want the album, man. You won't be able to get it. You'll have to go to Spotify's and Apple Music and all that place to buy it. This is the 1 month of opportunity. It's July, the opportunity month. Is that enough promo? I don't know about doing promo for my own music. There it is. I promoted my own music. Now look, while I sit down and take a listen to both The Armageddon and 10 more songs by Ween, you guys can go back to the live stream. This is not a Slightly Random Daily Song. Just go back to the live stream. I'll see you there.
Folks, you caught me. I got this in the mail just as that was running. This is going to be important for streaming from Stevan. This just got delivered. This is a dummy battery system for my GH5. I've already got one here which is running the stream right now. Instead of using a battery that could potentially go flat during a long format stream, you get this. Basically, it is a battery, but it's powered. And these are super cheap. It's like 25 bucks on eBay. And I'm just going to plug that into Stevan. And I was going to have to take out this one and like undo all the wiring. But I thought, you know what? Buy another one. 25 bucks, done. And it just turned up. But you did catch me. Folks, that's the Armageddon details. Now, I'm going to put the link again in the chat right now. Just Edie. I see Edie up in the house. Edie Murphy, how you doing? Good to see you. Edie Murphy, good to see you up there. And thank you for the nice comments. I read them there. You said it sounded like Frank Zappa and the Pixies. That is a definite accolade that I appreciate you saying. That's very, very kind of you. But that link there, if you want to download the album, that's the link you need. It's a free download. Go and nab it. If you want to order a hard copy, that's where you do it as well. It's right there for you. Only through the month of July. At the end of the month, I will not be promoting this any longer. I will snap off the order process. I'll remove that webpage. And if you want the album, you'll have to be a Rose Giver over on DLive because that'll be part of the Rose Giver package. Or you can go and buy it on the Spotifys and Amazons and all the places you normally get music. It'll be up there. But for the month of July, it's exclusively here. Download for free, including the Ween album, and order your hard copies. At the end of the month, there'll be no more hard copies. So you can't ask me later in the year, can I get a hard copy of the album? No, you cannot. It's all done at the end of July. And I'm promoting the crap out of it. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm going to be promoting this a lot. Tommy, good tunes. Just registered for the free download. Thank you. No worries, Tommy. Cheers, my friend. Appreciate you, buddy. So, let's move into the content here. Let's move into this Shane Dawson beauty drama, beauty YouTube. You know, they've got their own word. They've got their own term here. They came up with the term docu-series. Docu-series, a series of documentaries. I've never heard the word docu-series before I heard of Shane Dawson making docu-series. So if you're not sure who Shane Dawson is, he's a YouTuber. He's been on the platform forever, right? For over 10 years, creating, some would say, dribble. Most of his early form content was just like the content of a child, I suppose, just a little bit obnoxious, a bit dubious. Kind of like Philip DeFranco back when he was a young kid creating content. It was just a little bit like, okay, you're just a young boy right here. We get that. You'll probably grow into better content, which he did. He moved into better content, and his content, and the way I discovered him was he made a documentary. It was a documentary on another a beauty queen or a beauty. What do they call them? Beauty influencers, right? Or I don't even know what the term is. They create makeup. They create palettes of makeup. This guy's Jeffree Star, right? You've heard Jeffree Star. Well, Shane Dawson put out a docu-series on Jeffree Star, and that's kind of the first I really heard of the guy. We looked into it on CreatorCast, and I think I was kind of like, I was enamored by his content just because I thought both Jeffree Star, the subject of the docu-series, and Shane Dawson, who sort of intersplices his situation into the documentary, I can't say docu-series, into the documentary, kind of gives you this weird, it's like Louis Theroux, right? It gives you this very interesting personal take on a situation. Now, I got no concern over the beauty community. I don't know anything about it. I don't really care for it. From what I understand from watching that docu-series is that they're vicious. This community is vicious, right? They're scathing, vicious, argumentative drama queens, all of them. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, whether you're for or against or you're in between, they're all going neck and neck at each other. It's kind of interesting that, I guess the title of this stream is Shane Dawson is trending again on YouTube. It's like, how can this shit be trending on YouTube? Like, why is this stuff popping off on YouTube? And the reason is very obvious. It rates, right? This shit rates. The kids, the young girls, the young boys that want this makeup, that want to look up to their celebrities that create the makeup, if there's drama in that, they will take a side and they will watch this and they will promote it and they will push it to their friends. They'll share this link at school. Did you see the latest Shane Dawson video? Did you see the latest Jeffree Star video? All this stuff just keeps popping off to the point where YouTube put Shane Dawson on the trending tab. Perdbeer says, I suspect a lot of these dramas are scripted. I would suggest that very, very, very strongly. I was going to say that. I wonder how much of this stuff is in the back end, crew just going, you know what, 2020, we'll do it slowly, but through the year of 2020, let's manifest this absolute mind-bogglingly detailed saga of which we will all earn from. The only thing that sort of shuts that theory down is that YouTube have demonetized all of Shane Dawson's content. So if the masterminds behind all this are smarter, they would have had contracts in place to deal with that, knowing that that would probably come at some point. So let's just say, for instance, in this saga, you got Shane Dawson, you got Jeffree Star. Now they made this video initially, right? They made this docu-series. In this series, there's some allegations against another beautician, what do they call them? A makeup creator? A scientist, because they make science, right? I don't know. Makeup artist, right? They're not makeup artists. They made accusations against this other guy. And the other guy, I'm trying to think what you call these people. I don't want to call them makeup artists. I don't want to call them like reality TV. Perdbeer Mindy says, yeah. I mean, very, very well could be. Very well could be. Anyway, they made aspersions against this other guy, James Charles. You would have heard of this name before. Now, James Charles has a connection with this other beautician, celebrity, person, whatever they're called. Her name's Tati or Tati. Now, in this docuseries, there was allegations made against this person. Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star kind of pushed this Tati woman to make this video scathing this other James Charles guy, right? And they were supposed to be good friends, like from way back. She made a video basically slamming him, running him under the bus. But it turns out that Shane Dawson and the Jeffree Star video and the way that they talked off screen was them coordinating her to make this scathing video to cause the whole thing to fucking become unraveled and to basically make this scenario. That's what we're hearing. Now, it's unraveling kind of right now, although what we're going to watch is so a lot of accusations have been slung back at Shane Dawson. Now, I said that he's been on the platform for near on 10 years or even longer than 10 years. He made a lot of dubious content back in the day. A lot of very, very dubious content. In fact, if you do search this stuff, you will see some extremely sketchy content. I don't know what he was thinking as a young boy making these videos, but I mean, he got the pop at the time. Now it turns out with cancel culture and with everybody being so sensitive, this shit doesn't fly. So what we're going to watch here is a 20 minutes, and we're going to critique it. We're going to watch the Shane Dawson taking accountability, because these videos that he put out in the past has now slammed his credibility right now. So he made these docu-series that was 15, 16, 20 million views, and now everybody's canceling him because there's so much shit from his past that's coming back. And after that, we're going to watch the Tati video where she comes out saying that Shane Dawson and the Jeffree Star were behind this mastermind attempt to bring this James Charles down. It's going to get intense, right? It's going to get intense. And look, if this is not for you, I understand. It's not for me either, but I don't really get it. I don't really understand it. And this is what YouTube is putting on the trending tab. Let's go and have a look at the trending tab right now in Australia. Let's go over here, go to YouTube. trending. We got a bunch of channels here: SABC, Eyewitness News, Obese Chelsea Football Club, Channel OT, Kaboom, BT, Blackpin, My Sketch, Subok, Culture, Sidemen, Tomtron, Cabos, Siri, Chelsea, Liverpool, Impressive, You Belong. Okay, they've removed it. Interesting, folks. They've removed it. Wow. Recently trending, it'll be down here. That's interesting. No, it's gone. Well, I've got a screenshot, folks. I did take a screenshot. Let me bring up the freaking screenshot because I wanted to show you this, that, you know, this is not just me making assertions here, but where's my desktop? Desktop screenshots, the last one here. Here we go. I got a screenshot of this from last night when I went to start this stream here. Sorry, when I went to... What am I doing? I'm in preview. Sorry, my bad. Okay, I'm going to put this up here. So this is a screenshot of the trending tab on YouTube from last night. Now, can I make it larger? So there it is, taking accountability, trending. It was uploaded 5 days ago, and you can see that there. And it's got 13 million views. So this is the video we're going to watch. And the point of me telling you that that's on the trending tab is to, or was on the trending tab, is to illustrate that YouTube, they understand that this shit rates, right? So we said before, is there speculation that everyone's in on this? Yes, there totally is, including YouTube. And that's why I want to learn about it, because this is the platform that I play on once a week, every day in the month of July. Every day we're doing Julive. Did I mention this is a concept designed by Danny Black? I put his channel link in the chat there. This is Danny Black's concept, Julive. Every day for the month of July, live on YouTube. Even though the guy hates me, go ahead and say, you know, thanks for Julive. I'm watching it over on Gives a Minute channel. Feel the Gives love. Let him know that the world can be good. 22 million subscribers per beer. Exactly, right? Exactly. But Shane Dawson is losing subscribers dramatically. Let's have a look at this video. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Hi. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know that I have done a lot of things in my past that I hate, that I wish I could make go away, that I try to make go away by deleting videos or untagging my Instagram things. Or
by the way, we're going to stop and talk about this as we go along. So if he hits a point that you think we need to address, by all means, tell me and I'll stop it. Tim says, one would think that breathing in salt-laden air would also help. Oh, you're talking about this? You're talking about COVID-19. Gotcha. Mindy, these channels are popular with young people who love drama. They're just giving people what they want. Yeah, that's true. But they're doing it because they can rate it, right? They can. Well, that's the interesting thing. They've since removed all advertising for Shane Dawson, so he's not earning anything, and they're not earning anything, and that might be why he's off the trending tab, right? Whenever I look at the German trending, it's all series from Turkey. Really? Wow.
Literally doing whatever I can to pretend like those things didn't happen. Because yes, I apologize for a lot of them, but I'm 31, almost 32. Those apologies suck. I don't know who that person is anymore. Every apology video I've ever made has been from fear. It's me sitting at home.
This is interesting. It should also be noted that Shane Dawson recently removed all videos from his channel. We did not. Oh, he's put them back. Interesting. They're all back. Everything was unlisted a while ago. Wow. That's weird. Everything was unlisted a while ago. Wow. Interesting stuff, Shane.
Thinking the whole world hates me and crying and hyperventilating and then just turning on a webcam and just saying I'm sorry and then hoping people know I'm a good person and then it'll go away.
So what he's saying here is that every single apology video he made in the past was not to be considered. That's kind of weird, dude. You fucked up in the past and you apologized for it, and now you're telling us that those apology videos are not to be considered or not to be believed? Or this is starting out kind of strange. Tommy, maybe because many YouTubers are leaving, I reckon views are going down. I mean, yeah. That's got to be said. YouTube viewers YouTube is a strange place, man. YouTube is a strange place. Nowhere near what it used to be.
And that is stupid. That is something that a child does, not something that a 31-year-old man does. That's not good. Right now is very much a time of wanting people to be accountable, wanting punishment for people, and I agree. And that's why I'm making this video.
He doesn't look very good for 31. He looks a lot older.
It really inspired me and felt like a sign from the universe that I want to do this. So this video is coming from a place of just wanting to own up to my shit, wanting to own up to everything I've done on the internet that has hurt people, that has added to a problem, that has not been handled well. Like, I should have been punished for things. I feel like this moment right now is very necessary. I'm going to apologize for a lot of things that I've done or said in this video, and if you don't accept the apology, that is 100% okay.
So we're now being told to accept his apology in this video, but that all the other ones he made we're not supposed to accept.
I think that's something that as I'm getting older now,
I'm
realizing it's like you can apologize, but you can't expect the other person to just forgive you. Like that's doesn't make any sense. So I think this video for me is more about just saying everything I want to say and ways that I want to help be a part of a change and not be a part of a problem, which is what I've been a part of. So I'm going to start with all the racism that I put onto the internet as an adult, not a child. I was at least 20 when I started YouTube, and I made the decision to play stereotypes of black people or Asian people or Mexicans or pretty much every race. I made that decision. I said, oh, this is funny, and I put it on the internet. Now, years later, I look back at that, and I've talked about this before, but when I say I hate that person, I mean it in the most intense way possible. I hate that person so much. That person was filled with sadness, filled with anger about their own issues, in the closet, constantly projecting on others, just like, I don't know, just that person is someone who I don't like seeing. And I think that's why I've been avoiding this, because I'm like, no, I already apologized. I don't want to go back. I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it. Mute it on Twitter, untag it on my Instagram. Like, I just don't, I hate that person so fucking much. Okay, so sorry. So
that's pretty intense, right? That's pretty intense. That's basically saying, if I could erase my childhood, I would. Essentially, like, you all make mistakes as kids. We all grow up, right? Are you going to make a video when you're 41 saying, I hate the guy at 31 I was. I wish I could have. It's just life, dude. That's just life. You're moving along in life, learning. You don't have to hate yourself for it. A bit much.
Start with blackface. Blackface was something that I did a lot. Like, I did it a lot on my channel. In the makeup world, I don't understand why putting makeup on your face to change your complexion is such a big deal. Like, they talk about blackface. Aren't they doing that every day? Like, putting blush on and putting eyeshadow on and like changing the shape of your bone structures. The whole thing is changing your appearance. So what difference is it if you're changing it to look like a black man? It just seems a little bit weird, right? When we're talking about makeup, we're talking about physically changing or highlighting or manipulating your appearance. I don't know. Something about this is not kosher, right? Not sitting. And there is no excuse for it. There's literally no excuse. I made a video 6 years ago talking about it, and I gave excuses, and I knew it was wrong, and I knew I would never wanted to do it again, but I didn't do the work. I didn't actually look into the history of it.
He'll be posting that he wants to suicide next.
And why people were so upset. Because my excuse, I was just being funny. I love black people. I'm not racist. I was trying to be funny. All of that is stupid and wrong.
Why is that stupid? You were acting a part. You were a comedian. You were trying to be a comedian. You were acting a part. I don't get why that is wrong. If you're acting a part. Well, and this goes back to my daily vlog where it was cancelled Bart Simpson. The world's gone nuts. World's gone absolutely nuts. Absolutely mental.
Wrong. And I put that onto the internet as an adult. And that is insane. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to anybody that saw that and that also saw that people were lifting me up and were saying, "You're so funny, Shane. Oh my God, you're so funny." Like, I can't even put myself in that head. I can't even.
So I didn't see the videos he's talking about, by the way. I've seen some of them. I've seen some of the dubious sexual ones, but I haven't seen the blackface stuff. But are we talking about is where we're headed right now a place where a white man cannot act a black man character, or a white woman cannot act a black woman character? Is that where we're headed? You can't act. Is what I'm hearing. You cannot act. I mean, that kills all art form, right? Does that mean if I'm a sketch artist, if I'm a drawer, I can't paint a picture of a black person? I'm a white man, I can't paint that? I'm not allowed to touch anything that's not my own color. It's kind of like the opposite of what the world's trying to tell us, that we're all one, we're all together in this. But if a white man cannot act as a black man, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't seem right.
Imagine what it would be like to be black and to see this white fucking guy do blackface, and the whole.
And what is do blackface? I don't get that term. Do blackface. Is blackface just the notion of putting makeup on to change your appearance to act as someone else, or is he talking about getting nooses and shit? Because that shit's obviously a different. That shit should be frowned upon, right? If he's doing the slaughtering of slaves, then that's totally off limits. But if we're talking about someone acting as another race, as an actor, what's wrong with this? What is wrong with the world when someone can't act another person? Are you going to tell me then that I can't act as a younger version of a white male because I'm 44? That's ageist? This doesn't make any sense.
Internet at that time being like, LOL, that's insane. And I am so sorry. I don't know how to even fully apologize because
so Mindy says he needs to volunteer at a cancer hospital for perspective. I mean, yeah, that's a great idea. But it's scary to think that he has a bigger audience than most traditional media companies. Yeah? Charlotte Rose, people need to stop apologizing. You can't create a black character without makeup if you're white. That's kind of what I'm saying. And in this makeup community, they're the ones that know how to do this the best, right? They can make you look happy when you're sad. Is that wrong? They can make you look black when you're white. Is that wrong? They're acting. They're not saying anything against a race of people. Well, we don't know what the skit was, of course, but if you're just talking about a white man dressing up as a black man and doing stereotypical black things, trying to do rap and talk like a black man, is that wrong as an actor? That's not a person walking around every day pretending they're black. That's an actor. Okay, he might have been an aspiring actor at the age of 21. Who knows? Blackface comes from minstrel shows. I'm not sure what that means, minstrel shows. How long until cross-dressing is banned? Tim, very, very, very good point. If you cannot dress as a different race as an actor, should a male, and let me be clear, I'm talking about acting here. I'm not talking about regular day-to-day life. I'm talking about acting on a video, in this case YouTube. Can I not dress as a woman? Very, very good point, Tim. Very good point.
It seems like something that is irredeemable, or I don't know the right word, but it's something that I shouldn't even be able to get out of. I should lose everything for that. I can tell you this. I don't have hate for any race or any people with weight issues or any of that, special needs. I don't have hate in my heart for anyone, but it doesn't make up for the fact that
Charlotte Rose, please do Ben on. Brockneck's in the house all the way from Alaska. Brocknecks, how you doing, man? Cheers from the middle of nowhere, Alaska, brother. Haven't been around a long time. No, you've been busy, man. What have you been up to, dude? Good to see you, man.
I make
Benita.
jokes about everyone, and
Benita,
some of the jokes
I like it,
were
Charlotte.
way too far. And I think this year specifically really changed me as a person, and I started seeing black people who I know, who I'm friends with, who I've known for a long time. I'm seeing them openly talking about on their Instagram or Twitter the years of anger they've had about racist jokes, about blackface.
So is a racist, if am I clear in this? A racist joke these days is if you say anything about another race. Doesn't matter if it's positive or if you say anything, is that racism? If you make a joke about a race that's not yours, that's racist. Because I feel like in 20 years from now, we'll be looking back at this going, and you guys were all really, really taking this too far. He's not a racist man. He said that. Does the word mean nothing? Does his word mean nothing?
About, microaggressions, everything that they've gone through. And
What about if I dress up with a lab coat? What about if I come out wearing a lab coat and I pretend I'm acting that I'm a scientist and I have the big goggles on and I have a clipboard and I walk around with a nasal pitched voice and say, yes, the atomic process of the atom bomb exclusive to a contradictory carbon dioxide monoclones, and that's how we're going to make a special reaction from a tubular bicep. If I start doing that, is that offensive to scientists? Like this is what we're talking about. I'm acting as a scientist. I've got the lab coat on. I've got the big silly glasses. I've got the clipboard and the little pen, coming out with a nasal voice because that's how they all talk. Is that wrong? That's me acting like, how crazy are we going to have to get until someone says, all right, wind it back. This is not life. This is acting. This is YouTube. This is a skit. This is comedy. Aren't we allowed to make jokes anymore? Or are we all just going to sit there and go, I like it. I like that. Yes, me too. Good. I'll see you tomorrow. It'll be fun. No, you can't have fun. I didn't say fun. I said it'll be sun. Okay, good. Then I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, work. Have a good time. Enjoy. See you. Don't say anything you shouldn't. Like, that's where we're headed, right? Unbelievable.
I felt like the biggest piece of shit in the entire world. I felt awful.
Perd beer. It's an unrelated, but there's a craze in Berlin this summer where all the cool kids are wearing winter jackets on 30-degree days. God, I want to beat them. Dude, that reminds me of when we were kids and there were what we used to call bombers, right? You know about the word bomber? It's like I guess it's like a hip hop. It's so stupid to even think of. It's just a dude who liked hip hop. They used to call them bombers. They'd wear bomber jackets and they'd wear beanies. And we were like, me and my friends used to walk around. We were skaters, right? We were skateboarders. We used to walk around and see the bombers in the city on 30-degree days wearing beanies. And we'd be like, they got shorts on and like wife beaters and a beanie. It's like, dude, what are you wearing a beanie? Like, it's 30 fucking degrees. You're wearing a beanie. You're sweating under that. And you got a you got a tank top on, a muscle top and shorts. Okay, they were parachutes, but they were still shorts. It's like, it's comical to think back on, but are they not allowed to? Aren't they allowed to wear a beanie on a 30-degree day? Hell yeah, they're allowed to. That's funny though. I'm serious, says Perdbeer, and I'm talking about the kind of jackets they wear in Siberia in the middle of winter. Love it.
Problem with me doing that and posting it on the internet was it made young people at the time who were watching me think it was okay. And that's the craziest part. It's like I've had people tell me, well, I used to watch your videos when I was a kid, and yeah, I never saw anything wrong with that. And that is scary because it made me realize, oh my God, I have been
get to the sexual stuff, dude. This is
and
hideous.
I have just been avoiding it, and that's wrong. So I was playing a character. That justification, that is wrong. I mean, I've watched.
There you go.
My head, well, but I didn't do that. You know, I was playing Wendy Williams, or I was playing a character. That justification, that is wrong.
So that means acting's gone. That right there, that tells me acting is gone. You're not allowed to act anymore. You can't play a character. You're out. You can't play a character. You can play characters, but only if we say that you're allowed to play that character, not this character. Do we have to live in this world? Yes, we do.
I mean, I've watched so many videos on the history of blackface and how it was created to make fun of black people, to make them feel less than.
So again, he's got this blackface thing. So dressing up as a black man is different to blackface. Am I clear on that? I don't know. Am I getting that right? Blackface is different to dressing as a black man and acting out a black role. Blackface is a specific thing to do with dressing as a black man, if I'm understanding correctly.
And the fact that I, in some way, was a part of that, like the fact that the word blackface now will forever be attached to me, that's the level at which I have been lately.
Brockneck says, when I was in the South Pacific last spring, I filmed a segment swimming with sharks and I wore a red beanie like Jacques Cousteau. I mean, you're not allowed to do that, dude. That's insensitive. The French Polynesians thought I was crazy.
Just feeling very awful about myself, about what I did, about the jokes I've made, about the videos I've made, and wanting to disassociate from that person, but I can't. Now, there was one person who really tried to get through to me for a long time, and her name is Jessica Lee. And probably 7 years ago, she's a YouTuber, and she tweeted me, and we got into fights back and forth, and my audience at the time was saying racist things to her, and it was so toxic, and I'm so sorry, and it's so gross, and there's no amount of apologizing for it. And I think I was taking everything as an attack.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch too much more of this video. I thought he was going to talk about the sexual videos and the lewd content that he created, not this acting stuff. But I want to bump forward because we got a limited time here. I want to bump forward to the Tati video. This is her. This is her. So what he's responding to there is obviously a portion of the accusations against him. But what she's put out, because that came out on the 26th of June, the Tati video on the 30th of June. Is a video, it's a longer video, so we probably won't get through all of it, but she is now asserting that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star were completely behind her putting out a video slamming her friend, James Charles. They coerced her into doing this, and we want to learn more about that because that was just a little bit, just kind of repeating himself. So let's go over here and have a look at this. It's called Breaking My Silence.
It's been a long time coming for me to share with you some very, very important things. And I am going to be reading from what is approved by my legal team. So I am, once I start getting into what I need to share with you guys today, what I feel is important to share with you.
I mean, that's fair. She's got to give the legal disclaimer there. But at this point, without being facetious, she's got a lot of makeup on there. That's almost brown face, right? I mean, you could say, dude, don't be ridiculous, but she's put on a hell of a lot of makeup to appear as someone she's not. She's acting already.
I won't be.
Not anymore. Anytime you portray another race, it's considered cultural appropriation, and therefore it's racist. I want to go back to a point that I made months and months and months ago. You've got a white band. There's a band in Melbourne, in Australia. They play mariachi Mexican music. They're white dudes living in the suburbs of Melbourne. They're great, talented musicians. I can't recall their name. They specialize and they market themselves as an El Mariachi band to perform at venues and certain functions in Melbourne playing that style of music. Now, at that point, that's okay, right? That's okay for a series or a 4 or 5 white dudes from Melbourne to dress up as Mexicans and perform their cultural music on Mexican instruments and monetize that shit. But yet when you've got 3 girls that go to the Coachella Festival and wear an Indian headdress and take photos for Instagram, they get slammed. They get heckled for cultural misappropriation because they're wearing an Indian headdress and that's not their culture. Yet these kids in Melbourne are fine to write and perform Mexican music with no connection to Mexico at all, except that they're talented musicians. You see what I'm saying? Crazy behind me. You see what I'm saying? Crazy.
Deviating, and it's at the advice of my legal counsel. So there's so much going on.
How old is she? I don't know how old she is.
On YouTube and in the world. And first off, I do want to request something. Actually, before that, I just want to tell you that I missed you guys.
Fake tears.
A lot.
Charlotte Rose, very good point. What about Victoria's Secret models with angel wings? Are they promoting religion? Where does it end? What was that noise? I don't know. I don't know what that noise was. I don't know what that noise was, but it scared the shit out of me. I got these cans. These cans that you can see. They're open cans, so I can hear through here as well as the content, and that scared the shit out of me. But it was a good point I was making, right? Doesn't it smack in the face of integrity when a mariachi band from Melbourne can exist, yet those girls can't wear a headdress? And then you go even further. What about the Japanese kokomo dress? We see burlesque dancers wearing Japanese dress, right? We go and eat at Japanese restaurants. We go and eat at the Chinese up the street, Sanny's Garden restaurant, and they serve you. They make you eat with chopsticks. We eat with their cultural fucking utensil, but that's okay. Oh no, you can go and eat Chinese food. You can go and eat all the dim sims you want and all the sweet sour pork, and you can use chopsticks. That's cultural misappropriation if wearing a headdress is. It doesn't have any end, does it? Really? Like what you walk into a Chinese restaurant and you get like a menu that's all in Chinese. And then you get the Aussie version. Like who's appropriating who at that point? The world's nuts. The world's nuts. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. Going to a Chinese restaurant. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the mariachi band. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wearing a headdress. I'm just saying, how can one be wrong in the eyes of the powers that be and the other's completely fine?
And I'm sorry that you haven't seen me in a while. And I'm hoping that this video clears up a lot of the reasons why I felt I could not be online over the past couple of months. I have missed making videos and I've missed you so much. But I do want to ask anyone watching this that believes in anything higher than themselves, that believes in any higher power.
There we go, religion.
You know, all higher power, all God is love and the root of love.
Oh, I love
and
crab rangoon. Oh, you cultural misappropriator, you Mindy. Stick to your own cultural food. What are you doing? You're American. You can't like that. What? Heaven forbid. Don't Instagram that shit. You'll get flamed.
I am a woman of faith, and I've been praying every day over this event, scandal, whatever you want to name it.
I mean, by the way, slamming her for her makeup, she looks beautiful right here. This is the makeup you'd wear for a photo shoot, not for a, what is this, an apology video or a breaking my silence video? I mean, that's a bad pause too, by the way.
And I just ask that you press pause for a moment and even just for 10 seconds, just cover this in prayer, because there is so much healing
Cover
that
this in
needs to
prayer.
take place.
To put this into context of my day, today a dear friend of mine had her son operated on for 8 hours to remove a cancer from his spine, and this is the first of 3 operations. I'll save my tears for her. Yes, Perby, I see what you're saying. Well said, well played. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your friend gets a good result there. I love sauerkraut too. Jeez, Mindy, that's all over the racist shop. That's German. Come on, Mindy, pick your own race and stay there. We're all one, but you can't misappropriate food. Come on. Crikey, Mindy, you are. I thought you were better than this, Mindy. You need to pray about this. Get better. Do better. Be better.
There was a lot of injustice, and there's a lot of truth that needs to come.
I got another great example, folks. A great example. All right. Here we go. Okay, just take this in, okay? The Indian headdress, the mariachi band from Melbourne town. You've got the tradition of, it used to be, it's not so much anymore, but you remember in the hardcore scene, you know what hardcore music, right? The hardcore bands, right? A lot of those hardcore musicians would do what's known as skin stretching, and they would put a small, like an earring, and progressively they'd put a bigger one in, and a bigger one in, and a bigger one, until they had a massive fuck off hole in their ear. And so you'd see their earlobe would extend down here, right? All the way down there. And that was celebrated in the hardcore community. In fact, if you were into hardcore and you didn't have a stretching or a widening or whatever they call it, you weren't hardcore, right? Now, where does that come from? Where do you think it comes from? Tribal dudes in the Amazonian jungle, right? They do their lip, they do their ear, some of them do their vaginas, some of them do all weird parts of their body, right? So how is that acceptable and embraced? And we've got big celebrities within the hardcore scene, front covers of magazines with massive stretchings. That's a cultural misappropriation that slipped under the radar, just like using chopsticks and wearing Kokomo dresses. Have I got a point here, or have I not got a point? If you can stretch your earlobe in the style of a tribe from the Amazonian jungle in Borneo or wherever it is, you can stretch your earlobe, but a set of girls can't wear an Indian headdress to a festival. Get your hand off it. Get your hand off it. The world's nuts, and for that reason, I'm out. I'm not out. I'm not suicidal. But it's nuts, right?
Forward, but it is not going to be easy, and it's very painful. And I don't wish harm or hate on anyone, and I just want to make that very, very clear. I'm an imperfect person, and I do my best to be caring, kind, and loving, and I screw up, and I make bad choices. And
Tim says, there are very few Chinese restaurants in Australia that serve true Chinese cuisine. Not only has it been changed to suit Aussie taste buds and preferences, but actual Chinese food depends on which part of China a person is. I've been to China. I've had the real Chinese food. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Not really on the line of what we're talking about, though. I mean, the very fact that we're getting a version of Chinese food could be the main concern there, right? It's a watered down Chinese version. Cracky.
I think that we all right now, we go online and it's really easy to make terrible choices, even with how you cast a vote on your what your opinion is of someone's, news story, or, whatever is going on in the world, or just anything you see in the media right now. Be mindful. We're made to feel like we have to follow the herd. And there are so many AI bots and accounts that aren't even real that influence your opinion on whatever narrative is out there. And it has just left me feeling really heartbroken. If enough people have one opinion about something, it feels like the masses turn the tide really quickly. And I've witnessed that, and I feel like I've experienced that with my own scandal, but it's even worse, like stepping back from the picture and not being like so close up to it, and actually stepping back. And with all of the sadness going on in the world, you see how quickly the tides turn. And I just want to inspire you guys, or just empower you actually to look further into yourself and your own opinions, and don't follow the herd. Follow your heart, really. Because I thought I was following mine, but I was listening to the wrong people. So if you can take anything from this, it's listen to your heart first.
And now listen to me for 40 minutes, essentially.
And always. And don't bend on that. I feel like sometimes we're afraid to be ourselves in this world. Like, our freedom of speech is expanded in areas and limited in others, because the second that someone jumps and disagrees, it feels like so many jump with that.
Did anybody do a quick search and find out how old this woman actually is? I'm very confused. She looks young, she looks old, she looks young, she looks like a lot of makeup covering a lot of things, but I don't know how old she is.
And you feel voiceless and afraid to speak up. And I think that's a scary part of the world right now, that some of the good is suppressed and voiceless. And I'm not here for that, and I want to speak as much of my truth as I legally am permitted to do. And so I'm going to share what I can, and
get into it.
I love
Tati.
you all so much, and I'm grateful for anyone that has come here to hear my experience of 2019. So
the herd.
Talking publicly about a wound in my heart that I don't think will ever fully heal is not something I ever wanted to do. I avoided it, even though I felt the heaviness of so much disappointment. Until today, I made no comment, and I have made every effort
Yeah, Tim, in regards to your comment, depending on the local regional produce, depends on what normal Chinese person would eat. Yeah, but in Australia, we're not getting that. We got access to all kinds of food here, and they just make it, like you said, a dumbed down version of it. But I've been to China and I've had the real Chinese food.
Effort to move through this with dignity. The reality is, every day I've struggled quietly trying to rebuild my now poisoned reputation. The heartbreak that was born from this scandal still lingers, and I feel it won't ever have the opportunity to completely heal until I uncover the truth from all parties involved and their motivation of it all.
So
For over a year now,
she's now going to get into. I hope she's going to get into how Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star set her up to do this.
every time the scandal is revisited, either in the mainstream media or through social platforms, I become the #1 target of relentless hate while remaining voiceless. I've lost over a year of my life terrified of social media and terrified of speaking up against the people that used, coerced, and manipulated me into uploading my video in May of last year.
She's
As a
38 years
result,
old.
the damage to my health,
Did you
relationship,
hear that? Did you hear that? They coerced, manipulated.
uploading my video, speaking up against the people that used, coerced, and manipulated me into
The people that used me, coerced me, and manipulated me to upload that video. So she's basically said she wishes she's basically saying right there that she didn't want to do that video, but people used her, they coerced her, and they manipulated her to make that video, which is the one that slammed her friend James Charles. And she's gonna say, I assume she's gonna say that it was Jeffree Star in coercion with Shane Dawson that put her up to that.
uploading my video in May of last year. As a result, the damage to my health, relationships, reputation, business, and general well-being have been enormous. The platform that I love, this platform that saved my life and that changed my life, has become toxic. And what it needs now more than ever are peacemakers. We need to find our way back to the beginning through forgiveness and leading with love. We need to rebuild a safe place to escape again.
38. Interesting.
Our world seems to be falling apart all around us, so the last thing you need me to do is fuel more hate by releasing my receipts and voice memos.
Mindy says, Lord.
But I know many of you are needing some answers, as well as a long overdue apology for the role that I played.
So just in case you didn't see her video, another bad facial pause there. In case you never saw her video, she basically brought out a video slandering and slamming a guy that she basically helped to be somebody. She brought this guy up through the beauty community, and she then made a video writing him off. Now, it turns out that she didn't want to make that video, but yet she did. She's now trying to weasel her way out of it by saying, they made me do it. Essentially, that's the breakdown here, the TLDR.
Also, by the way, these are my words. I did write this, and this is from my heart, but I am being careful here, and I think you guys understand why. Back in December 2019, after Shane and Jeffree's series ended, James Charles came to my LA home, and we compared DMs, texts, and stories about what had happened behind the scenes. We apologized to each other, forgave each other, and agreed to wait patiently until it was safe for me to share my story. Since that night, James Charles has repeatedly said that he wanted to be beside me for this video. But I felt it was important that I do it alone, because he deserves my first apology. And I am really sorry, James. And I've said that privately, but I want you to hear it publicly.
Birdbee, I'm also 38. Finally, I found a way to relate to her. If that's all it gets, if that's all you get for the relation, you've got more than I've got, dude.
I'm sorry. To provide some context, it's important for you to know that I love James Charles. He has a special place in my heart, and that never changed.
Didn't look that way during the video you made, girl.
Even when I was hurt. I promised my dad I wasn't gonna cry. I've been trying to feel... Can't do this. I've been trying to feel strong enough to do this video because I want to feel strong. I don't feel like I'm able to talk about any of this without getting emotional. So forgive my emotions. This is really difficult stuff.
She's having a hard time there because I think she doesn't want. I don't know what kind of makeup she's wearing, probably her own, but I'd say that she doesn't want the tears to break the eye sockets because then it'll all mess up all this makeup, right? And she'll be a hot mess.
I was always more of a mentor than a friend to James Charles. I was someone he could lean on if he needed advice. He came into my life after he had sent me a tweet in 2016, and I met him in person for the first time at a Generation Beauty event in New York.
Wow, that's news. I thought they were lifelong friends. She met him in 2016, 17, 18, 19. That's like that's only a 3-year period. I thought they were lifelong friends.
Not long after that, his CoverGirl deal was made public, and he was off to the races. I was a proud friend, and I wanted nothing but good things for him. A few months later, he was a guest at my wedding, where he did my makeup for my wedding day. It's still my favorite memory of us.
He was a guest at your wedding where he did your makeup, so he was employed and a guest? Kind of weird thing to. That's a weird way to word that, right? If he did your makeup, he was employed at your wedding. Popier says, I don't think I can wear makeup. I have a beard, but the beard doesn't prevent me from wearing stilettos and little black dresses. Mindy says, right, but I'm sure she has waterproof mascara. Is that what that would be? Yeah, okay. So you'd see the tear just like rub over the top of it.
It was a gift getting to know him before all of the success. James Charles has made his fair share of mistakes and has been in scandals. We all have, but I always believed in him, as he had a rare ability to improve himself through any situation. In the past, if I was upset, it never lasted long. He is gifted with turning pain into strength, and I've always admired that. However, prior to the scandal last May, I'd started growing frustrated with what I perceived as a progressing sense of entitlement, and I felt that he was making some detrimental choices that could jeopardize his career and safety.
Tim's
None
asking
of my
what
concerns
Popier
became
wears.
overwhelming until after I met Shane Dawson. When I made my video, I expressed my opinions about James Charles's behavior. I expressed how much a specific decision he made that I perceived as betrayal.
There you go, folks. You've been told by Mindy. Behave, you two.
Hurt me.
Thank
I
you,
was
Mindy.
very worried and heartbroken, but I did not lie in that video. I never called James Charles a and I never
A what?
not lie in that video. I never called James Charles a
What was that word? A poofter? That can't have been poofter.
but I did not lie in that video. I never called James Charles a
Poofter. No, that's a predator. Predator. She stopped. Yeah, okay. Why'd that get deleted? Was that her that deleted that? It's a weird thing to beep out. Predator. I've said it 3 times now for whatever the reason she beeped it out. I'm probably going to get dinged for it.
and
Is that a word you can't say on YouTube? That can't be a word that's not allowed on YouTube, surely. What about the movie Predator? Oh shit, I've said it too many times now. What? That's surely not YouTube. Surely not. You come on.
said that James Charles was a danger to society. My video was not made with any malice. I did not publicly air any of the horrific accusations that were being made behind the scenes. While I was definitely
you think it was not. Oh, it wasn't Predator. It was the other. That would make more sense. You can't say that word, right? Huh. But it sounded, no, she said there was an R. She just cut it on the R. Let's hear the R.
Made with any video. I never called James Charles a
No, it ends in O. Doesn't end in isle.
broken, but I did not lie in that video. I never called James Charles a
That's not the word Charlotte Rose put in the chat. It ends in O. Yeah.
and I never said that James Charles was a danger to society. My video was not made with any malice. I did not publicly air
Oh, you
any
can't say
of the
that word, yeah.
horrific accusations
Really?
that were
Okay.
being made behind the scenes. While I was definitely
Not
upset,
even if you're talking about like a case or something. I mean, it does sound like Predator, and I've said it now too many times. If she can't say it, she's got 20 odd million subs. I'm rooted.
that he had accepted a sponsorship from the biggest rival.
You think it was fucker? I never called him a fucker. Hell, it wasn't fucker Tim at all. It started with a P, dude. She clearly said the letter P at the start. What are you hearing?
Publicly air any broken, but I did not lie in that video. I never called James Charles a
Never. She starts with P. Totally P.
and I
Let's go forward.
actions that were
You know,
being
say that
made
too many
behind
times
the
now.
scenes. While I was definitely upset that he had accepted a sponsorship from the biggest rival to my brand, Halo Beauty, I did not make my video because of vitamins. I made it as a result of all of the poisonous lies that were fed to me by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star.
I made that video because of all the poisonous lies that were fed to me by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star.
Result of all of the poisonous accepted a sponsorship from the biggest rival to my brand, Halo Beauty, I did not make my video because of vitamins. I made it as a result of all of the poisonous lies that were fed to me by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star.
And you know why that's important? Because that's manipulation. That's Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star using their great, huge platform to influence someone else to make a decision or make a video. That's against YouTube's terms. So that's why Shane Dawson's lost all his monetization. That's why he's going down. The YouTube is disabling comments on some video featuring young children in response to public or advertiser backlash following the discovery of an organized pedophile ring sharing disturbing content. Interesting. Wow. I just said the word then. Am I getting dinged here? Hope not.
James Charles's Sugar Bear Hair sponsorship and all of the drama that had kicked up afterwards, that was just my breaking point.
Tati.
Yes, I'm a grown woman. I'm smart. I can usually spot deceit
Wow.
and manipulation a mile away, but my guard was down from being heartbroken, and I allowed myself to be worked by Shane, Jeffree, and others.
Huh.
After my video went up, I was never served a lawsuit or any cease and desist letters. I only privated my video at the request of YouTube because YouTube said it was a bad look for their platform.
What?
And desist letters.
She didn't get any takedowns.
And I allowed myself to be worked by Shane, Jeffree, and others. After my video went up, I was never served a lawsuit or any cease and desist letters. I only privated my video at the request of YouTube.
That's weird, folks. So her video was scathing video against James Charles, which he didn't respond to. He responded, but he never told her to remove the video. YouTube told her to private it? What?
I only privated my video at the request of YouTube because YouTube said it was a bad look for their platform.
Not because it breached terms or it went over community guidelines, because it was a bad look for the platform. Interesting, YouTube.
James, I am so sorry that I allowed myself to be poisoned and weaponized against you. I'm sorry that I bought into any of their lies. Believing those lies and allowing myself to be gaslit into making that video is one of the biggest regrets of my life.
Wow.
I should have tried harder to reach you over those concerns in person. And I'm sorry for giving up on you. The information
Bear in mind, they've only known each other for 3 years. So,
they were giving me was terrifying. I thought your career and freedom were in jeopardy. I was trying to get you to put your phone down and seek help because I was told there were a lot of victims that were going to come forward to destroy you.
whoa. She was told there was a lot of victims. Victims of what? Victims of his predatory behavior.
I was foolish for believing them. I was scared. I thought if I called you out, you would put your phone down and stop the detrimental behavior I was being made to believe was true. James, I apologize for uploading that video. I should have known better than to fall for their lies and manipulation, but in the end, I failed. And instead, I allowed Shane and Jeffrey to put a wedge between our friendship. Jeffree Star first contacted me early in his YouTube career wanting to meet. But it wasn't until 2017 that we started speaking. I knew that Jeffrey had had a lot of drama in his past, but when he came to me, he presented himself as someone who had changed and was trying to be better. I saw his pain and I felt that I could be a positive influence.
Hang on. Who are you, Tati? You make makeup. You make beauty products. Suddenly you're like a counselor for YouTubers who are having rough times that are trying to rebrand. There's something weird about this video. Something strange about this.
As time went on, I learned that being friends with Jeffree Star was like being friends with a lion. Yes, he may have been dangerous, but he was always really kind to me. From time to time, I would see improvements, which were followed by setbacks thereafter, but overall, I thought he was growing as a person. And again, I thought I could be a good example for him.
Wow,
I even tried.
That's a weird place to break down.
To get him involved with my favorite charity. Diverting from script. P.S. I am going to be speaking on my real life more freely, I hope, in the future and the things that I think are important. I have participated in this charity for years
cut this
on
bit
end
out,
now,
Tati.
and I love their work, and I had it in my head that if I could pull Jeffrey somehow into like...
So right now she's doing what she said she wouldn't do. She's deviating from a script to put in a little personal tidbit, which is exactly what she said she wouldn't do at the start of this video. This is a strange video.
Being a role model or feeling like a role model, that could be really empowering to him. And when you empower someone to feel good about feeling good, it will help them change. And if you just tear someone...
Mindy says all you have to do is watch one video from Jeffree Star to know what time it is. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, that, like I said at the intro for this stream, this community, all of them, no matter what side you sit on the fence of, or who you're favoring, they're all scathing, attacking, manipulative. All of them are doing the same thing that they're accusing the other one of, and they're all cashing in on it. They're all on the trending. They all were. Shane Dawson isn't anymore because they've stripped his monetization from his YouTube channel, but there must be other deals in place, right? Oh, well, if you do that video now and you come out apologizing, you're going to lose all your YouTube, but I'm going to give you a contract for 4 years to promote this product or whatever, I'll give you 30 million to promote this or whatever. The whole thing, this has got 1.4 billion views. Get out of here, Perd. No, it's got 8 million. 8 million.
Down.
Fake fakery, fakealicious.
So
yeah. I agree with you, Mindy. I think this whole thing is phony. I think the community that's building this up knows that as well. I think it's all done for the views. Or for her whole channel.
Involved with my favorite charity, Spirit Awakening Foundation.
Gotcha.
Which helps at-risk kids that had found themselves in legal trouble but are trying to change their lives for the better.
But we don't know. She's just gone off this tangent onto this charity thing. Maybe they've offered her, you're gonna make a video, Tati. You're gonna make your Breaking the Silence video. If you slice in there off the script element, we'll give you the next 3 years of contract or whatever it is, right? I guarantee there are no givers who subscribe to her channel. I don't subscribe to it. I find this interesting, not just from the makeup and the beauty perspective, but I find it interesting that YouTube have stepped in and asked her to remove her video because it looks bad for our platform, yet they put Shane Dawson on the fucking trending tab. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's this kind of weird side to this, right? Where everybody's milking it. Hey, Tati, can you remove that initial video that you put up a year and a half ago slamming your friend James Charles? And by the way, hey, Shane Dawson, your one that you put up where you're responding to accusations of pedophilia and blackface, we'll put that on trending for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just so strange, right? Such a misguided platform at this point.
My intentions with Jeffrey were good. But
You
I
have
was
6
a fool
million.
for
Yeah, I
thinking
do.
that I
Yeah.
could ever help him become a better person.
I hit 6 million.
Which brings me back to another long overdue apology.
To YouTube.
Jackie Ina.
Never heard of her.
Jackie, the moment that Jeffrey went off on you, the day before my first video collab with him went live, I should have run for the hills. I was naive. I was excited about the video.
Do you know what else
I got it
too?
twisted.
None of this would exist if the beauty community that made makeup just made makeup. If they just made makeup, do they need to be YouTubers? I'm just saying, like, if they just made their makeup and they put out their makeup, would we even have this? Would she even have 1.4 billion views if she just made makeup?
That you had provoked Jeffrey because you were angry that I had filmed with someone who had a history of being labeled by others as
It's because they make more money on YouTube than they do just making makeup. Clearly, right?
a racist. Jackie, I'm sorry that I did not do the right thing and walk away from him then. I should have not been blind to the reasons behind the accusations of his racism. I shouldn't have defended him, and I regret any of the pain that I may have caused you.
Could have edited this shit out, Tati.
And for the record, loud and clear, I've always liked you, and I've always...
Perd beer. I can't take any more of this night, folks. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Perd. No worries, Perd. I understand. We're getting near the end of this stream anyway. We're going to be wrapping this up very soon. But she's naive at 38. Yeah. I can't take much more of this myself, to be frank. I think it's important to know that this stuff goes on, but how, like, we only watched half of Shane Dawson's video. We watched half of Tati's. We'll watch a little. We're looking at the clock here, and it's running out. But let's see if she's got any more substance behind anything.
Enjoyed you, every interaction that we've
Stick
had
to the
face
script, Tati.
face. And I let you down. And I am so genuinely sorry for that. In 2018, I saw from the sidelines what happened in Dramageddon 1 with Manny, Laura, Gabriel, and Nikita.
Dramageddon. I like that.
That should have been to me some big red flag of what happens when Jeffrey is unhappy with someone. But for some twisted sense of civic duty, I thought it was my responsibility to stay in Jeffrey's life and try to help him become a better person. When Shane Dawson's first series with Jeffrey happened, from all outside appearances, it looked like Jeffrey was actually changing for the better. He was accepting responsibility for things that had happened in his past, and he was pledging to be a better person. I believed him again.
Like she's the gatekeeper here. I did this, I did that.
During those first 2 years of knowing Jeffrey, it's important to note that we did not actually spend much time together. I was invited a few times to go to his home, but I usually declined. On the 2 occasions that I did go to his home, I did not stay long because I don't smoke marijuana and I just don't like to be around it. Likewise, he came to my home on a few occasions.
Hello,
and he also
Zaxity.
did not stay long.
How do you do?
So the vast majority
see
of our
ya.
relationship was primarily by FaceTime, telephone, or texts. Sometimes weeks or months would go by without hearing anything from him, but I always heard from him when he was involved in drama or when he had a new launch about to happen. Though I recognized this pattern, any suspicion that I had of being used was clouded by the hope that he actually cared for me.
Ah, you're getting
and that
played,
I was a positive
Tati.
influence in his life.
Tati.
As a result, I usually would take his snarky statements about others with a grain of salt. One thing that he did that did concern me a lot was how he would frequently comment about how much dirt he held on other brand owners and members of our YouTube community. I believe that he actually held blackmail material on many people and was capable of destroying the entire community.
Wow.
This
that's a
worried me about
big
him,
accusation.
and I stayed and I tried my best to be a positive influence.
That's a huge accusation.
My opinion, he's gonna go off, guys, and I don't think anyone, I don't think he will hold back, and I think we need to be prepared.
Did you see her change in body manner there? She just stood upright, sat up, and like went off script and gave a very. I think this video should be just these parts, not the scripted part. Gotta get up out of the chair.
My opinion, he's gonna go off, guys, and I don't think anyone, I don't think he will hold back, and I think we need to be prepared.
You need more of that,
To
Tati.
understand that we need to forgive the people that he is holding hostage.
What? How are
with.
you crying now? You went from two. That's just such a strange change in emotions. Tim, she reminds me of people I've worked with in the past. They were usually in sales or HR, totally false people out of touch with the real world, living on their own self-fabricated reality. That little swap that she just did then, in the same paragraph, she went from, we need to be wary of this guy. I think he's going to go off, guys. She even used the word guys. I think he's going to go off, guys. And now she's crying in the same bit? She's a strange one. She's a strange one. Very, very strange.
Veiled threats of exposure.
What the fuck? Let's go back and watch that again. This bit.
I tried my best to be a positive influence. My opinion, he's gonna go off, guys, and I don't think anyone, I don't think he will hold back, and I think we need to be prepared. To understand that we need to forgive the people that he is holding hostage with veiled threats of exposure.
We've got to forgive the people that he's holding hostage with veiled threats of exposure. We got to forgive those people? If he's got dirt on them and he releases the dirt, we've got to forgive those people for what he's releasing. Who are you? Like, what is she, the matchmaker and the fixer-upper of everything? This woman's weird. Faking fakeness. Yeah. I mean, should we leave it at that? Should we leave it at that? Let's see her get back on script.
We need to be prepared to forgive them.
For whatever they've done?
Otherwise, this won't stop.
What if the dirt he's holding on these people is like so terrible? We got to forgive them for that.
So prepare to not cancel everyone and give them a chance.
So even the pedophiles, the ones that are going to be accused of pedophilia, we got to give those the chance? Okay, sure, Tati.
It's not right. It is not right to try to trap people into saying things that they wouldn't otherwise say. It's not right.
Wow. Man. Back on script. Okay, that's where we're going to leave her, surely.
I was blind. I was so blind.
She's off script still.
And I don't want any part of it anymore. None. None.
Wow, you got played.
Back in 2019.
So she's back on script. So she got played by Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. She got played into putting out a video that she knew was wrong, and she went with it for the views. And now she's saying she knows that Jeffree Star has dirt on people. And she's telling us to forgive those people no matter what this dirt is. This is weird. This is what I'm saying about this community. It's a strange community. They make makeup to they make products to make you look like someone you're not. They make products to confuse people, to disguise you. And all of this drama is used to disguise people, to disguise you, and to disguise them, to present something they're not to the tune of 1.4 billion channel views. You see what I'm saying? And I said earlier, why don't they just make makeup? Because they make more money making this crap. They make more money making this drama amongst all of them, and they all benefit. It's like looking at it from the outside, as a YouTuber, looking at this from the outside, I can see straight into what's going on, and it's disheartening. Like I said earlier, she just said YouTube asked her to remove her video because it looks bad for the platform. Yet they will put Shane Dawson's response video up on the trending tab. Where are we? What are we playing on? What's the litmus here? What's the level? There obviously isn't one, right? These people run the website, basically. They control the views. Unbelievable. I hope she's not in charge of any children. I'd be fearful for their safety. Maybe she's trying to audition for The Bold and the Beautiful. She's surely not a parent. I don't know. I don't know much about her, but I know that we've watched enough of that to be a little bit clearer on this community, right? The beauty community. And now that's where we're going to leave it today. Stream's going to be wrapping up very, very shortly, and I'm thankful for that. I can hear my outro music rolling now. Thank you for all being here and learning about this with me, folks. Thank you for the conversations in the chat. Appreciate you being here. Now I'm going to go and apply my makeup to pretend I'm someone I'm not.